Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to go over my weekly stock picks for the week of June 27th through July 1st. Before we do, just to reiterate, not a financial advisor. Make sure that you do your own research before investing. Also, if you find value in the video, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, and hit the notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know every time we release new content. Other than that, guys, let's dive right on into it. All right, guys, so before getting into my picks for this week, we're going to talk about a recap of last week. So June 20th through the 24th, my picks were TQQQ, CEI, and IQST. And for the 5-day, TQQQ was actually up about 26%, had a pretty decent week there. CEI down actually 9%, IQST a little bit over 3.5%. I think it was 3.65%. So on those three picks, 2 out of 3 not terrible. So, good deal on that. We also had on the watch list was Bitcoin and ZNOG, and Bitcoin, found some, had a little bit of a spike after it hitting like 17 or 18,000, and now we're currently at almost, I think, or a little over 21,000 for now. And I said to kind of keep an eye on that. As long as it can hold at about 20,000, that's a really, really good sign. But if it starts breaking below that, then crypto is going to be taking some more legs down to the downside, in my opinion. Not 100% sure. That's just kind of my thoughts on that. And then Zide Oil and Gas, I talked about keeping an eye on to see if we're going to start moving higher and break above 25, or if we're going to bust below and start making our way closer down to the 20-cent mark. That's going to be a big level of support for us there. So anyway, that's the recap of last week. Let's talk about our picks for this week. So the week of June 27th through July the 1st. First of all, SQQQ, and this is based solely on currently having the futures down right now. We're going to take a look at that before we go to the charts. AMC and Amazon. Okay, and the reason I'm picking these companies here, I've been swinging AMC. I've done it 3 times so far, and I almost re-entered on Friday, and I'm glad that my funds were not cleared, because I think I should be able to get a little bit cheaper on Monday if the markets do in fact open red, right? And then Amazon as well. If the markets are red, this will dip down hopefully closer to the $100 mark, and I'll re-enter again and make anywhere from 5 to 10% on that. Although Amazon's more like, to me, kind of more of a longer term play, is kind of accumulate Amazon in the hundreds and then kind of let it ride for the longer term. So I did swing it once already. I may just start accumulating. That was my initial plan. I need to kind of stick to that plan, but I think for this week it may turn into a decent swing play. So I don't have really anything on the watch list. Of course, ZNOG is always on the watch list. We want to watch and see on Monday or Thursday if they come out with any type of news of the Ministry of Energy granting that license extension for 3 years. And I actually emailed the Ministry of Energy again. They actually replied to me the last time, and they just take a little bit of time. It takes about 7 days, 5 to 7 business days before they reached out to me the last time. So once I get confirmation on some of the questions that I have, if they can answer any, I'm not sure if they can, then I'll for sure make a video on Zide Oil and Gas. But anyway, guys, that's my picks for the week. Let's go ahead and take a look at the futures first, then the charts, and see what they're telling us. All right, guys, taking a look at the futures for tomorrow. The Dow is down about 0.5%, 145 points is the implied open. In the red, S&P about 0.5%, everything down about 0.5%, right? So nothing terrible just yet, but if this continues, then you better believe we'll have a little red day tomorrow, and it should provide some decent entry plays on some of our swings. So if you're not sure how to check the stock market futures, I'm going to link this in the description below. If you want to keep that for your record, you can check that every day at about 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can check that and see what the implied open looks like for the morning. Keep in mind, this can change within minutes or hours. So tomorrow morning you may open this link up in the futures or green. You don't know that, so I'll have to just kind of wait and see. So anyway, let's take a look at the charts on our 3 picks, and let's see what they're telling us. All right, guys, first of all, taking a look at SQQQ. This is what goes basically opposite the NASDAQ. If the NASDAQ is green, this will go down. As you saw, NASDAQ was green last week, and this thing shot down from 67 all the way down to about 50 bucks. I think it closed at about 51. Okay, when the NASDAQ is red, this thing shoots up, which makes sense here because we started off back in January at $27, and we made it all the way to $67. I don't really like to play these stocks very much except for a day trade. Keep this in mind because these things are super risky and they do pretty much decay over time and things like that. But this thing, whenever the NASDAQ is red, remember this thing can shoot up. So if you notice that the NASDAQ's having an implied red open, and it's a big red open, then this thing would be good to hop into maybe pre-market and ride it till about noon, 11:30 or noon, and then cash out and take your profits from there. Okay. Next up is AMC. Okay, like I mentioned, I did swing this several times already, and on this stock here, I'm aiming anywhere from 4 to 10% per swing, and I do it. The last 3 weeks I've done it once a week. And I'm going to look to do it again tomorrow. So the good thing about this stock here is we're just kind of trading in this little channel here, back and forth, back and forth. And notice here we're about to cross over from bearish to bullish, and we had a lot of volume here. And typically when volume comes first, then the price action comes second. And this is a very, very heavily shorted stock, right? And so if we do get some type of run, it could make a significant move to the upside. And I'm talking like $20, $25 maybe is what would be a significant move for me. I'm not thinking anything like $500 or something like that, or $100 even, because you look at the overall, the Fibonacci retracement, the overall floor is going to be at about roughly about $10, and then you have 1779, 2414, 2860, 3306, 3858, 4750. That's your levels that you have to bust through before anything else. And unless this company, in my opinion, gets some type of news of like some type of merger or something like that, then I think that it kind of trades around these levels and maybe gets into the 20s, which would still be great, right? Because if you look here, I just kind of want to point something out. If it would happen to get to like the $34 mark over time, over the next couple of months, then pull back to about $28, that's looking like it's kind of has the potential to form a cup and handle pattern, as long as it holds support of the overall floor at about $10, right? So if we can continue to consolidate, and it looks like we will, because we hit 10 once, twice, and then every time we get down close to that level, it pops its head back up. So if we continue to start moving for some reason and get up here, that would set up for a very, very nice swing play, and I would look to probably load a lot more, a lot heavier if it did come to fruition, but it'll take some time. All right, guys, next up is Amazon, ticker symbol AMZN. As I mentioned, I did get in this stock at about $100, maybe $101 was the buy price that I had, and just kind of waiting on this to work for me. Okay, and there it is. So now you can see here that we have a nice, very large, like W-shaped pattern, which usually I think that we should pop up above 119, 120, which is our first resistance level. We are overvalued though, or overbought on the 180-day 4-hour time frame. However, we did cross over that red SMA line. So if we pull back, as long as we stay and find support about $112, then we should slingshot forward. So I'm watching it this week to see if it can fall down. If we have a really red day, then I'm thinking we're going to fall down closer to the $100 mark, which would be right where I wanted. I'd come right back in and buy. So one thing to kind of keep in mind, this has been in a bullish pattern for quite a while, not a very aggressive one, but we could see a temporary slow little pullback. It doesn't have to go down much and then slingshot forward. So this one here, I think we should be able to get about anywhere from 5 to 10% on a swing play. But again, I'm going to probably kind of switch gears and start accumulating like my original plan was, and try to get a decent amount of shares the next 6 months and just hang on for the long term. So anyway, guys, that's my picks for the week. Let me know your comments below. Other than that, we'll catch you in the next one.